In a small town nestled in the mountains, there lived a man named David. He was known for his humble nature and deep connection with his community. David worked as a mechanic, running a small shop that had been passed down through generations. It wasn't a luxurious life, but it was a life full of purpose. One cold winter morning, David opened his shop to find an elderly man sitting on the bench outside. His clothes were tattered and his face was worn with years of struggle. The man, who introduced himself as Mr. Miller, looked up at David and asked, "Do you have a minute, son?" David, busy with his morning tasks, smiled and nodded, inviting the man in. Mr. Miller explained that his car, an old rusty vehicle, had broken down. He didn't have enough money to pay for repairs, but he needed it to get to his daughter's house for Christmas. David could see the desperation in his eyes, and something stirred inside him. Without hesitation, David asked Mr. Miller to leave the car with him for the day, assuring him that he would look at it free of charge. At first, Mr. Miller hesitated, but David insisted. As the hours passed, David worked tirelessly on the old car. He repaired the engine, replaced the worn-out tires, and even polished it until it shone. By evening, the car was ready. David didn't stop there. He gave Mr. Miller a full tank of petrol and even packed him a bag of food for the road. When Mr. Miller returned to pick up his car, tears filled his eyes. He couldn't believe someone would be so kind to him, a stranger with nothing to offer in return. He tried to offer David some money, but David refused, saying, "Sometimes kindness is the best gift we can give." With a smile and a heart full of gratitude, Mr. Miller drove off into the night, headed for his daughter's house. David watched him go, knowing that this small act of kindness would have a ripple effect far beyond that moment. A few months later, David received a letter. It was from Mr. Miller's daughter. She wrote about how her father had made it to her house that Christmas and how much it meant to their family. But there was something else in the letter. She shared that her father had been so touched by David's generosity that he had decided to dedicate his life to helping others. He had volunteered at local shelters and even started a small charity to help those in need. The letter ended with a simple message: "Your kindness changed my father's life, and in turn, changed ours." David read the letter, feeling a warmth spread through his chest. He realized that one small act of kindness had set off a chain reaction. In life, we often think that we need to make grand gestures to make a difference. But the truth is, it's the small, seemingly insignificant acts of kindness that have the most profound impact. David didn't expect anything in return. He just saw someone in need and offered help. And in doing so, he sparked a change that spread far beyond his little mechanic shop. This story is a reminder that no matter how big or small, acts of kindness can change the world. Thanks for watching. Subscribe us and hit the bell icon for latest updates.